Hi, this is Kerry Garrison with the Firearm Show, and we're going to do another quick tutorial on how to field strip a GSG 1911-22. Now this is also the Sig Sauer 1911-22. They are identical guns. They're both manufactured by German sporting guns. So the instructions are going to be identical. Just as a little disclaimer here, I do have a little accessory kit on here. You can see from these stainless parts, these are from CW Accessories. It's not going to affect the teardown process at all. So you'll see it's basically exactly the same. We have our toolkit that came with the GSG, and the only thing we're going to need is the silver Allen wrench that came with it. So I'm going to start off by taking the barrel parts apart. Oh, actually, let's double check, make sure we have no magazine in there, and the gun is nice and clear. We always want to make sure of that. So we're going to press down and turn the barrel bushing over, pull out the spring retainer and the spring, and then swing that barrel bushing all the way to the other side and just pull that out. Now I'm going to take the Allen wrench and take the retaining screw out here. Flip it over, and you see there's the two indents. There's the slide lock and there's this other little round one. We're going to be working with that little round one. So I'm going to slide the slide back to line up with that, and then on the other side I'm going to push in on that little bolt there to pop that safety catch off. We still have one more little bushing to take out, or little rod to take out. So we take that out, and now everything will slide forward. And in here we have our guide spring, or I mean our guide rod, and the barrel just slides right out. That's it. I mean, pretty simple process to tear this down. Now, when we're cleaning it, we're going to take and clean the barrel out in here. We're going to make sure that everything is nice and clean in here, that the guide rod is clean, everything, there's no debris or dust or anything. And then to oil it, you'll find spots where you'll start seeing a little bit of wear, and on those, we want to just put a little drop of oil, grease, whatever you like, but I mean, I just use Hobbs oil and put it right in those guide rails. Not a lot, I don't want it running, I don't want it to be picking up additional dirt. And on the frame, we have some spots where things make contact, and I'm going to put a little oil on those. Great, now it's all apart. We've got it cleaned, time to put it back together again, and it's just a reverse of that process. Barrel slides in. Now note this little carrier here, that's going to line up with those three holes here. And when we put it together, we'll make sure that those line up, and then we'll just drop our pieces back in there. With the stock guide rod and kit, you can assemble the whole slide before you put it back on the gun. With the CW parts, you can't really do that. And the only thing I really have to do here is just put the guide rod back in place. And I'll put the guide rod bushing back on before I put the spring. So with these in place, I'm now going to take and slide everything into position. And make sure I push back so that I line up those holes. Remember, I told you about those holes there. So just put everything in place here. I'm going to put that one pin back in. I'm going to put the safety catch in. Again, lining it up with that little indent. It snaps into place. Make sure it's flush. Flip it over. And then we'll just screw this back in. Now, one of the advantages of the CW Accessories kit is you don't need this screw anymore, and they actually come with a tap that you can drill this out a little bit. It won't affect the ability to put this screw back in, and then it comes with a little filler cap to put on there. Now, I just haven't had a chance to tap that out yet, but we'll do that some other time. So now everything's back in place, time to reassemble all this. So I'm going to put the bushing back on, put the barrel bushing back in. Remember, it goes on one side, the left side, to put it in. We flip it around, it's locked into place. Put the spring on, spring retainer, slide it over, lock into place. Rack it a few times, make sure the oil spread around, and that's it. That's all there is to tearing down the GSG 1911 or the Sig Sauer 1911-22. Very simple. All you need is the one Allen wrench and you're good to go. This has been Kerry Garrison with the Firearm Show. This has been another quick field strip with the GSG 1911. We'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.